Hi, thank you for clicking on my video. I am Beth Ann of Beth Ann Stamps. And this week, I'm excited to share with you a couple very simple cards with the Kindest Gnome stamp set and matching dies. These are out of the holiday catalog that goes through the end of December, but just a little hint, you know, gnomes like the spring too. So if you have this set or haven't gotten it yet, there's still time to do that and your gnomes will carry over. So you'll be able to continue to use some gnomes in the spring. So today my cards are a little different. We're not doing a ton of stamping because we are going to work with some designer series paper. This is the storybook paper. I just think some of this paper is so adorable. And I will tell you what I really like about the dies is they cut out these gnomes. So you cut them out, you don't have to color them. And then there's also, I thought I had it here. Here they are, the little mushroom houses the same way. The dies fit these. So that's what we're doing today. So here is my first card. Now, this card is inspired by a card I actually received in the mail today from somebody in my Stampin' Up group, Lynn Dunn. She sent me a card. It was so beautiful, and I loved the design. It had the torn paper, and so that's the design of this card. And then I also brought in, if you took advantage of the celebration when the holiday catalog came out, there was the Rings of Love designer series paper available as that celebration item. And so I also pulled that in because I wanted it to match this Poppy Parade that was in our little elf. So let me, gnome, not elf, sorry. Let me bring in our supplies. This is a basic white thick card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at that 4 1/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this along the edge, and I'm going to tear it towards myself because I want that ruffled look. So we're going to tear that. And then I have this piece of the Rings of Love paper, and I cut this 1.5 inches by 5.5, and I'm just going to set that behind that torn edge. And this has Poppy Parade, Night of Navy, the same colors that are in this storybook gnome paper. All right, so we line that up. So this one you'll see has no stamping on it whatsoever. This other piece is Poppy Parade. Again, it's cut at 1.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to tear this one also. Again, tearing towards myself. See, when you tear away, if I was going to use this side, you don't get that rough look. It's still finished. But on this side, when I'm tearing this up towards me, you see that underlay of the paper. And we're going to glue this to this other edge. There we go. Oh, one thing I wanted to do before I put that down. Let me take that off. I got ahead of myself. I apologize. I wanted a little background color behind my gnome. And so I'm going to sponge some Night of Navy here. Now, you're going to see that. That's where that glue had already hit, but that's okay. We're going to cover that back up with that designer series paper. Or not designer series paper. Poppy Parade. Okay, make sure I have this on here right. Come on. Went down great the first time, huh? Now I'm trying to do it again and having trouble. Probably hear my little dog running around. He wants out. Okay, there we go. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to take some white baker's twine. Let's see, I hope this is enough. Probably not. Wrap it twice. So this one's only going to get it once because that's all I have left. Now, I sort of cheat and I will come in here and I will pick up a blue dot, and I'm going to put it right here, because when I do that first tie, I want that glue dot to hold my strings, or I want that bow to go. So there we go. I'm going to do that. It's a little short, but I think 2 weeks in a row I'm trying to tie bows. Oop, totally missed that one. Let's try again. Come on. There we go. There we go. We got our little bow. And then for the front, I'm going to glue. I cut this out of that designer series paper with the die. I'm going to glue this straight down. Oop. And then I have the little gnome. We have a card with a little boy gnome, and we're going to do the girl gnome. And this one I'm going to pop up with dimensionals. I just think this set was so cute. Let's see if I can. There we go. And then again, I was talking to a friend of mine and was showing her my card, and she goes, "That house needs little stepping stones." So I obliged by pulling out, I think these are supposed to be the little gnomes' feet or noses. I'm not sure. But they became stepping stones to this gnome's house. So this time I'm going to put them sideways. You can do them either way, but they do make a cute little addition. So here's our first card. Oh, let's pull some gems in. These are the gems that came with the gnome suite. They are the fine sparkle. And on this card, I'm going to bring in these ones. And let's grab a big one on there and put it down. Oh, it flipped around. Let's see if I can get that putty off of there. Oh, I'll just stick it back over here and grab a new one. Boy, I am not having much luck right now, am I? There we go. So, simple cards with some tearing of the paper and using that designer series paper for the card. And I am actually going to leave these blank. I think they're so cute. I will leave them blank. I can make them a birthday card, a thinking of you. I can put anything on there that I want to. So that's why I'm leaving these ones completely blank. And we have the stepping stones that go the two different ways. So let's take a look at the second card. One of the other pieces of paper in this storybook has a moose on it. And I just fell in love with this little moose. And I'm just going to tell you a story. You'll probably think I'm crazy, but this summer for our vacation, we went up to Michigan to visit my best friend, Kathy, and we went up to the Upper Peninsula to a town called Newberry, which claims to be the capital of moose country. And so we had gotten there, and we went in and checked into our Moose Lodge, I think was the name of the hotel. And we asked about moose sightings, and they said, we just missed one by a couple hours. It was just down the road on the golf course. So, of course, we had to go moose hunting while we were there. We were laughing so hard trying to find this moose. And so when I saw this moose paper, I had to make a card with the moose in it. And I did fussy cut out this moose to put on the inside of my card. So this one I did some stamping, warm wishes, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So let's bring in the kit for this one. This one is soft suede, again 5.5 by 8.5, scored at that 4 1/4. Now on this side, I used the same inside, but this moose I cut was going the opposite direction. So why I'm putting this together. I will tell you these dimensions will be in the coordinating blog also. This is Calypso Coral, and it is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. This is Designer Series paper with my moose, and that is 3 3/4 by 5. Before I put those together, though, I did cut a piece of basic white. This is 5 inches by 1 1/2. I stamped the warm wishes. And again, I'm in a tearing mood tonight. We're going to tear this to sort of be like a snowbank. And then I am going to glue this down. I wanted something for my gnome to sit on. One of the other crazy things we did, you know, sometimes we're as bad as kids and don't think about what we're doing when we do it, but we couldn't find the moose. And as we were driving around and around this little town of Newberry, I had the not so brilliant idea to find a video of a moose call on my phone and play that out the window, thinking, hey, maybe it'll hear the moose call and come out. Now, I'm not sure what I would have done if the moose had actually come out and started chasing us, but we had a good time and a lot of laughs. So, and I guess that's probably why I love this little moose. It's the year of the moose hunt. Okay, so I did put I'm doing the blue mushroom house on this one. We're going to put this down on the Calypso Coral. So if you've ever been up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and seen a moose, let me know. We really wanted to see one. Maybe next trip. Beautiful, beautiful part of the country. Also went to Tequanimon Falls. Absolutely gorgeous. It was a beautiful fall day. The sun was out. The leaves were gorgeous. But no moose in sight. All right, and with this one, this is the little gnome I cut out. She has the Calypso Coral hair. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals on her. Everything is sticking where it should not today. Oh my goodness. All right. There we go. We'll put our little lady there. And on this one, bringing back in the same gems. This time I'm just going to go with those balmy blue. Put a couple small ones. And we'll grab a big one here. There we go. So this was a simple card making this week. Really using that Designer Series paper and those dies to cut out the pieces, except of course for the moose, which was fussy cut. But he was pretty easy to do. So I hope you enjoyed these. And like I said, these gnomes are adorable. They're available with the dies till the end of the year. But I think you'll be able to use those dies even further into next year. Gnomes are so cute. I think. So anyway, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed these cards this week. So please, I ask that you give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'd still like to grow my subscriber list. And with this being December and a very busy time of the year for me, I'm going to try to keep up with videos every week, but I may miss one here and there while I'm working on Christmas gifts. Time is running out, as we all know, for the holidays. So anyway, thank you. I truly appreciate you taking your time out of your day to watch my videos, and I do appreciate if you leave comments. I love hearing from you and try to reply back to them as quickly as possible. So thank you and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.